Hi, Todd Warren here in the Forecast Center with a look ahead here on ArklaTexHomepage.com as well as the ArklaTexHomepage.com app. And let's begin with a look at the latest forecast from the National Weather Service regarding the Red River, as we have apparently crested at Pecan Point north of the Cab. That has been occurring here, a very slow crest during the last 24 hours. The river is forecast to slowly fall. By the time we get to Sunday evening, it should be down to around 33.5 feet or so. So it looks like during the next 5 days it could fall a good 1.5 feet. That's about it. Again, that 35 was above the 1990 crest. The river at Index, Arkansas, north of Texarkana, is as of this recording, nearing 31 feet. It is forecast to crest at 31.2 feet sometime tonight, perhaps even lingering into tomorrow. Then it begins to fall down to around 28 feet by the time we get to Sunday, so it should fall a good 3 feet by the time we get to the end of the weekend. At Fulton, Arkansas, the river is, as of early this afternoon, about 30.6 feet. It is forecast to crest at 32 feet. That expected to occur Thursday, and again, that is below the crest of 1990. In Shreveport, no change in the forecast here, as we are now at 32.4 feet. It is expected to crest at 34 feet come Saturday, and you can see that is a good 1.5 feet plus above where we are right now. In Coshada, the river expected to rise another, looks like a couple feet almost, a little bit more than 2 feet, as we're now at 34.3 feet, expected to crest at 36.5 feet come Saturday night, Sunday. And for Monday, looking at the Red River cresting at Grand Ecore north of Natchitoches at 40.5 feet. Right now the river there is at 37.2 feet, so a good 3 foot rise there along the Red north of Natchitoches as the crest slowly works its way downstream. And once the crest occurs at any location, it is going to take a long time to see water levels fall back to normal due to all the water that is stored in all the reservoirs upstream. They'll have to gradually release that water, which will keep the red up for a while. Meantime, we're not going to aggravate the situation, which is good news. As far as rainfall, you can see the upper level ridge here, which is taking shape here across the plains, extending up into the upper Mississippi Valley. Notice too, as I put this into motion, we're going to see a disturbance which is going to develop here off the coast of California. This could be good news for California, as it could be a rainmaker for them. Notice the ridge expanding and kind of anchoring itself pretty much right over the top of Texas and the Arklatex, and that's going to play a big role because as I mentioned yesterday, what we've seen this spring is, so these disturbances come down into California, they basically move from west to east across the nation's midsection, but thanks to this ridge here, it's going to block this disturbance and send it along a more northerly course, as you'll see right here. In fact, let me put this in the motion. You can see that disturbance gradually moving over the top of that ridge. It will weaken the ridge somewhat, but point is, that ridge will keep us dry, and as it works on the other side here, you can see it by next Tuesday, it's moving into the Midwest. We could see a little bit of a chance for some rain with the ridge shifting a bit more towards the west by the middle part of next week. But until then, all looks to be quiet. As we give you a look at Futurecast through the nighttime hours tonight, you can see the mostly clear sky across the Arklatex. Tomorrow we will see plenty of sunshine with a few of those fair weather cumulus clouds mixing in during the afternoon, but nothing to worry about as far as rain. Wind tonight should remain fairly light and variable, probably less than 5 miles per hour across the region, and for tomorrow we will see that southeasterly wind at around 5, maybe as high as 10 miles per hour. Then going through tomorrow night, and really no big changes as we stay mostly clear across the region, looking at a clear to partly cloudy sky for your Thursday. Thursday night looking mostly clear across the region, and Friday we will likely see that sunshine continuing, and with that ridge strengthening and moving a bit more towards the east, it will allow temperatures to start to really warm up, as we're looking at lows tonight across the area in the low to middle 60s. Daytime highs tomorrow, I actually have 88 for the high in Shreveport. You can see Futurecast indicating mid to upper 80s, and I would not be surprised to see 90 as soon as Thursday, and middle 90s by the time we get to the end of the weekend. In fact, here's a look at your 7-day forecast. It's looking dry through the weekend. I am going to put a slight chance for a little rain, especially across the northern parts of the Arklatex for Monday and Tuesday, but even then, only a 20% shot for the shower or thunderstorm. You can see the warming trend, 88 for Wednesday, back into the mid-90s, easily the hottest air of the season for the weekend, with 95 for the high temperature Sunday, and we'll stay in the low to middle 90s for Monday and Tuesday. Overnight lows will gradually warm back up into the low to middle 70s. So it looks like the dry weather continues through at least the weekend. Slight chance of rain for the first of next week. And again, as far as the red, no major changes in the outlook as we're looking at the crest gradually working its way through the Arklatex during the next week, week and a half.